Good morning. It's 9 a.m. live stream. I need to apologize as I am dealing with a cold. And it is not my favorite thing in the world to deal with. So, I wanted to talk about priorities and planning this year or going forward. My plan for the month of December was to discuss um, possible how to turn your your nano book, into something that you can earn a living with. And while that's covered everywhere, I realized that maybe I should just share how I do it. So, as was originally planned Friday, I was going to go, last Friday, I was going to go over some discussions, further discussions about why revisions are important, why your edits are important, and how to go about doing that. Um, but I had to cancel Friday's live stream, unfortunately, because I had a sick kiddo. And that made me think about priorities. So I jotted down some notes, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Priorities and scheduling. And your priorities are going to be reflected in your everyday work production. So it helps if you know what that work production is. Um, or at least what it should be. For me, my priorities, I got into being an author and publishing because it was something I could do from home, because I have a passion for writing. And with two young kids at the time, it was really important for me to be able to be available to them at the drop of a hat. So if my kids had a rough day at school and they needed extra support, I had a child who's special needs. He's grown a lot of skills, so that I don't, I guess, view things the same way others might. Anyway, so there were times he needed me to drop everything and be there for him. And there were times that my daughter would just forget her flute or forgot her stuff for gym or something. And those are my lovely cats contributing their additional noise to the event. Uh, so I thought I would take the time to discuss how I do this. With my priorities always being my kiddos. And it will always be my kiddos. Please forgive me, my background's a little off today. Um, every bit of my plans are constructed in such a way, and when I am at my most productive, they are always constructed in such a way that I start work right after they are at school or off to school, and I stop not long after they get home. Um, which, when I'm on the right routine and everything's in place, gives me time to clean the house, make dinner, spend time with them. So they will always be priority number one. Priority number two has to be providing for them. And to that end, uh, what the approach that I take when I am most productive is to have everything scheduled and to stick to that schedule. Schedules can be changed, they can be flexible as long as goals are being met. But without a schedule, meeting those deadlines, self-imposed or otherwise, is a lot harder. So I scheduled out my pen name, release dates, and my personal name, release dates. And yes, I do write for two. Um, I collaborate with the pen name, and I write completely on my own for anything under my own name. So I've set out my schedule for the next 6 months. And one of my schedules literally releases every 3 weeks because consistent releases are critical when you're building a brand or a brand new name or even just notice for your series. So I have it scheduled every 3 weeks, starting the 23rd of December all the way out until June 21st of 2020. By creating this list, I can prioritize the work that needs to be done each and every week, and then from there, each and every day. And as long as I hit those targets, these books will get released on schedule. In addition to that, starting on the same day, my sci-fi stuff will release once a month, every 4 weeks, all the way out. I actually have that scheduled out until August 20th, with 2 additional release dates on the 21st of September and the 20th of October. So when I say I scheduled it, I mean I put down actual release dates. I need things to come out on those days. Now the two that I do not, at the end, I don't have titles or set plans for which books they are. Please excuse me, I am getting over this cold, I promise. But that's where it is for right now. Now, why did I do this? I did this to make sure that I hit deadlines, that I make progress, and I stay organized. If you're looking to write, to make a living, those are critical. Consistency is critical. And that includes not just in your production, but in your releases. I know a reader who is aware that his favorite author, or one of his favorite authors, releases around the same time every single year. And in this case, they tend to be novellas or story or novels, but smaller novels in the sci-fi fantasy genre. And he knows that this author releases at this time of year every year. And every year I hear a couple times a comment on how I'm looking for this when it comes out. And then when we hit that date, it's, can you find this? If you find this before I do, can you? And so that's what we keep in mind. This year I got, well, it's going to be released at Walmart. And so therefore, or available at Walmart. And so that's his plan, is to go there and get it. And I think that's wonderful, because that's the kind of consistency you want from your readers. You want them looking for you, but that's not going to happen if they don't know when to look for your books. In this case, the stories that I've already got written that need to get out are all set up and ready. I still have to format a couple of them. So that's in my schedule for the next couple of weeks. And updates are coming in. Book releases will be scheduled, and pre-orders will be prepped all the way out in one way or another. In that schedule and in that mix, it's going to be fun, because I have a child that's releasing their first book, their first novel. It's with the editor right now. She's gone through the revisions. She's gone through cleaning it up. It still needs some work, but I'm really, really proud of her. She's done a good job with it. So that'll get worked into my year as we get her next book closer to, excuse me, closer to done. So we're not going to talk about goals in the comments below. I would love to hear what your priorities are. Why are you writing? And what do you prioritize most above all else? When you get a chance to comment, don't hesitate to like the video if it's been enjoyable. But please remember, if you want to write full time, schedule your plan and work your schedule, and you will find the results that you want. That's the way every year should begin. You schedule your plan, you work your schedule. On Friday, we'll discuss what goals and the way I set them and set them up. Because a goal is a dream with a deadline. I firmly believe that. I'll show you how I'm going to reach my deadlines. See you later.